Joining us right now, Seahawks offensive lineman Laken Tomlinson. Laken, tell me if I'm saying this right. I was trying to look back through your football reference page, and I thought, okay, I know that Laken played for the 49ers. Surely he's played the 49ers since then, right? Because it's been a couple years. Have you not?
No.
This is your first game against the 49ers as a not 49er.
Correct. You're 100% correct. Yeah, the past couple of years I haven't had the opportunity to play against them.
Feel anything about it at all, or just kind of another game?
I mean, it's to me just another game. I mean, obviously, I still got a ton of folks over there that I still know that I played with when I was there.
Sure.
But I mean, hey, I got my guys here, man, and we're coming ready for war on Thursday.
That's awesome.
Does that the familiarity of like knowing those guys, like they're not some legend that you see on film and whatever. Like when you look at guys like Nick Bosa, I kind of felt that way when I went to Denver and then I came back and played the Seahawks. It was like, yeah, I know these guys.
Obviously, you have the familiarity with with those guys and being in the locker room with those guys, and but for me and just throughout my career, I had the extreme pleasure of being in different locker rooms. I was in Detroit, for my first team, then went to the Niners, and I was with the Jets. So I've had the extreme pleasure of meeting a ton of great players, over my careers. And when you reconnect with those guys, it's always, you get that familiarity feeling when you meet those guys. You can talk to them,
Right.
But that's just kind of how I've seen it throughout my career.
Well, what makes a good O-line group, man? You guys are the one group to where you have to move together, right? As receivers, I know I'm running straight. He's got a slant. Like, we're connected, but not as much as the O-line. What makes a good O-line?
Oh, man. I mean, I would say 100% is a chemistry, man. You just have a group of guys who just love hanging out with each other, love talking to each other. That communication goes a long way. I mean, the time spent with each other just physically, me and Charles can go out there. We can, have a design play. We don't even have to say a word. We just know what each other can do. I can talk to Connor and be like, hey, I can just say his name and he'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Like little things like that. That's what's so important with offensive line plays, is having that chemistry.
Right.
Stone said that you guys go out. Is it once a week? Every week you guys go out for dinner and then you rotate who pays?
Yeah,
what's the story here?
we rotate who pays, man. Stone, I think Stone had it last time too. We've been to some really nice restaurants, man. It's always a good time.
Okay, when's your next turn?
My next turn?
Yeah.
I think I was one of the first ones, so hopefully not coming up anytime soon. So we got to get through the roster.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're gonna look at like a third stringer. Like, I mean, what can I say?
Yeah, man. And the rookie dinner too. Come on now. Come on
exactly.
now.
You've got some time.
Oh yeah.
Well, if it's my turn, I'm like, we're going to McDonald's, guys.
Yeah, talk about
What is
value
seriously?
menu.
Is there a standard there? Like, okay, come on, we can't go to.
I mean, the guys. Usually, typically, most rooms would do after like a Thursday practice or after a Friday practice. Guys have a chance to kind of refuel. After the couple of days, Wednesday, Thursday, and us big guys, we want to eat. Sometimes when I know that dinner is coming up, I'm saving up for that dinner. I'm trying to throw down, man. Come on now, I'm a big boy.
Can you imagine if like one of the rookies walked you guys up to the cafeteria? They were like, "I got the spread. I got the hookup here. Any cereal you want."
Oh no, that would have been a big fine in our room. We can't be doing that now. Come on.
Hey, so you've played during a time where linebackers wore 50 and 40, and you can easily ID who you're going to block. How hard is it now to try to figure out?
Hey, that change, when that change came about in the NFL, it definitely made ID and the protection. I mean, I'm speaking as a guard. You imagine it as for a center and quarterback. When it was easier for them to just memorize the 50, 40 numbers. Now you got to be like, oh, number 1, number 10, whatever number that is. And sometimes I don't even know. Those guys they have to do all the IDing and stuff. I'm just going off what they're telling me.
Right.
Can you ever feel a difference in a type of running back that you're blocking for? Like if a certain guy, I know that sounds like a silly question, but just like, is the difference between the styles in like Ken Walker and someone else enough that you can kind of get a feel as you're playing the game?
Oh, I mean, just with the amount of reps that you get with that person, you kind of get how, what makes that person special, and you want to cater to that. You want to be able to express that as much as you can, especially in the offensive line room. You have a guy, like K9, who's able to, take whatever we give him and just make a mile out of it. It makes him a truly special player.
Laken, I was always kind of envious of the offensive line because you guys were so tight. And what I used to say is that they're bonded by misery. because you don't get any credit.
All the blame.
All the blame. The only time anybody ever mentions an offensive lineman is when he gives up a sack or gets a penalty or something like that. Does that kind of bind you guys a little bit? Is that true, you think?
I mean, yeah, obviously we don't have any, the only stat we have is a negative stat, but in our room and in the building, of course, we have this thing that we break it down with in our offensive line room every day, O-line pride. We know what we do and what we stand for. Right. And, sometimes that might go unseen, but, everybody in the room, they see it.
Yeah.
And our teammates see it and the coaches see it. And that's what makes it prideful. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
I love when you guys run your zone. You get a little double team going, and then I look at the tackle, the 1 tech or 3, and I go, "You got a miserable job, man. You're getting double teamed all day." Who's the toughest player in your career to double team?
I mean, I would have to say, he played in this division. Aaron Donald.
Yeah,
just hands easy.
Right.
Probably the toughest guy to double team for sure.
Completely unrelated question, but we did ask Stone who has the best hands. My question for you: if you guys tell Ryan Grubb, drop a play, we're gonna get a big guy touchdown.
Ooh.
And you guys, everything is riding on this guy making the catch. It's for a touchdown. It's the biggest deal. Is it you?
Me?
Who's making the catch? Best hands in this room. Who is making this catch?
Man, I'm gonna have to give that to Charles. 100%. I might have to give that to 100% give it to Charles. Only because he said that he's a hooper. He gets some hops now, so he gonna go up and go get it.
Talk a big game. You have to do it.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah. I might give that to my tackle.
All right. He is Laken Tomlinson, kind enough to join us. Very busy and a very short week for you. So you were going to face your old team for the first time, and it's going to be a big home game. We wish you the best of luck, and we will be back in just a little bit with a preview.